Hello and welcome to Pushing Back, Ukraine Daily Brief. As the war enters its 943rd day, these are the main developments from the past 24 hours. The update from the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Russia has lost approximately 645,150 troops in Ukraine since the beginning of the war. The number, which has not been independently verified, includes 1,250 casualties over the past day. According to the released Ukrainian figures, Russia lost 15 tanks, 12 armored combat vehicles, 74 artillery systems, 1 multiple launch rocket system, 115 drones, 73 vehicles and 13 pieces of special equipment. The Russians launched 137 combat clashes and carried out 57 airstrikes, including 82 anti-aircraft missiles on the territory of Ukraine. They also used 730 kamikaze drones and carried out 3,600 attacks on the positions of Ukrainian troops and settlements using various types of weapons. In its latest intelligence update, the UK's Ministry of Defence reports Russian forces have made further gains around Vuhledar in southeastern Ukraine, threatening the town from 3 sides. They have been attacking the outskirts of the town since 2022 and are likely to continue their pressure. In central Donetsk Oblast, Russian forces are fighting within the eastern half of Toretsk and south of Pokrovsk, but have made slow progress around Chasiv Yar. They are attacking multiple objectives simultaneously to stretch Ukrainian forces, but this has prevented them from massing forces on a single point of the line. In its latest intelligence update, the Institute for the Study of War. Russian forces have reached the outskirts of Vuhledar amid what appears to be an intensified offensive push near the settlement, but the capture of Vuhledar is unlikely to afford Russian forces any particular operational edge for further offensive operations in western Donetsk Oblast. Recent Ukrainian strikes against Russian rear ammunition depots demonstrate the extent to which Russian military logistics still benefit from Western-provided sanctuary that secures Russia's rear. Russia continues to expand and leverage its bilateral relations with the People's Republic of China in order to support its war effort in Ukraine. The Russian Ministry of Defense has failed to appease the Russian ultranationalist Milblogger community by downplaying the Russian military command's responsibility for its insistence on misusing technical specialists in infantry-led frontal assaults in eastern Ukraine. Ukrainian forces recently advanced west of the Kursk Oblast salient and within Vovchansk and in eastern Toretsk. Russian opposition outlet Meduza, citing its own conversations with various unspecified Russian officials close to the Russian presidential administration, an interlocutor in the federal government and regional officials, reported on September 24 that mobilization is a very sensitive topic among Kremlin officials. During his visit to Washington, Zelensky gave a speech at the UN Security Council. He spoke about 3 key areas. Firstly, end of Russia's war through UN Charter and peace formula. Zelensky stressed that Russia's war against Ukraine will end not through negotiation or pause but through the enforcement of the UN Charter and Ukraine's right to self-defense embodied in the peace formula. Secondly, global unity against Russia's aggression. Zelensky highlighted the importance of international unity to force Russia into peace, calling on nations to act decisively to uphold global norms and prevent further Russian attacks, especially on Ukraine's energy infrastructure and nuclear plants. Lastly, invitation for global participation in Peace Summit. Ukraine is preparing for a second peace summit, inviting all nations, including China, Brazil, India, and countries from Africa, Latin America, and beyond, to join efforts in achieving a just and lasting peace, based on the UN Charter and the peace formula. Ukraine's First Lady, Zelenska, addressed the global need for stronger measures to protect children during the Securing the Future for Children event at the UN summit. She highlighted the failures of current international safeguards, citing the war's devastating impact on children, including the abduction of 19,000 Ukrainian minors. Zelenska called for decisive global action, comparing the situation to the Chernobyl disaster, urging nations to respond to the threat of rights violations against children worldwide. The event, co-organized by multiple countries and UNICEF, emphasized the urgent need for new protective tools. Thanks for following today's updates. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. We'll return tomorrow with the latest news on the ongoing conflict.